and welcome to the first shapes and forms of 2021. I am Planet Jane as always, and Trey is absent this week, but I am joined by both Win
Hello.
and Tredney.
Hello.
Uh, yeah, we got stuff we're gonna do. Mostly play Spelunky because I had a docket that was a bit more involved in this drawn up, and then yesterday happened, and I was just like, I don't, nah.
Yeah.
But you know, video games, right?
Videog.
Yesterday, which feels like it was a week ago.
Yesterday, which feels like it was 10,000 years ago in a long forgotten country in a distant land, another era of history. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck I'm on about. We have many things we could talk about today. We could
there are
talk
so
about the
many
fact that I unlocked the Gold Man in Spelunky between the last episode and this one. And I've been playing
yeah.
exclusively as him because his shiny, bald head makes me amused.
Northern Lion joke.
Something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, this is gonna sound ridiculous. The character's name is Al, as in like AU, like the chemical code for gold. But his ropes are gold colored also, and I feel like I play like 1% better when I play as him because I can like see the ropes more easily. That might not make any sense, and it's probably just a placebo effect, but I don't know.
AU.
John Madden.
Johnest of Maddens.
You guys seen that painting that an astronaut did of themselves on the moon? Hello, Murray.
I don't know.
And he's got his arms stretched out, like looking up into the sky. That painting makes me think of Moonbase Alpha memes.
If he killed another astronaut with a rock, would that be fucked up?
Murr is blessing us with more song lyrics today. I don't know this one either. I feel like Murr usually goes for classic rock, which is not my forte.
Okay, let me see. Let me look at this.
You keep the devil down at my hole if you want.
I'm not familiar with this one.
Yeah, neither am I.
Keep the devil way down in the hole. Something about the phrasing of that, I don't like it. Against the floor with the key on it. But yeah, wow, a lot has happened in like the world since our last show. Just like in general.
Well, it has been a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
I don't think that even works.
Yeah,
but,
we haven't been on all year.
Yeah. Alright, I mean, we gotta get those jokes out of our system at some point. Finished rewatching The Wire. I have never seen The Wire. All I know about it is that a character from that named Omar gets referenced in rap lyrics a lot. That is all that I know about The Wire. It's like, well, that's not literally all I know. It's like about like drug operations in Baltimore or something, right?
Something like that.
Sorta.
There are crimes. There are cops.
there's
Politics.
It is about what it's about Baltimore.
Method
Shrug.
Man was in it and got mad that nobody mourned his character. That sounds like something that Method Man would do. I often
did he-
forget that
did
Method
he-
Man acts.
Did he do method acting? Only the best jokes from me. I caught up on The Mandalorian.
The Method Mandalorian?
The Mandalorian.
That's what it's called when Method Man cameos in Back to the Future.
Oh Lord.
Well, that was probably not worth doing, but I sure did do it.
Me when I do anything.
Yeah, kind of same. Would Method Man hug Grogu? Who is Grogu?
You know, I don't know enough about Method Man to say if he would hug Grogu. The question is, would Grogu let Method Man hug him?
Like,
Oh, Grogu is by the way, is Baby Yoda's name.
really now?
Yeah, his name is Grogu.
Grogu. Why is that so funny to me? Grogu. Sounds like a streaming service.
Grogu.tv.
I might only think that because Roku exists, now that I think about it. So does
To be
Yoda.
fair, so does Yoda.
Like, could talk about TV, definitely. Like, I've been watching things. Y'all have been watching things.
I think I might like Star Wars again.
That's good.
Is it?
I mean, it's good for you.
I've started watching the Clone Wars again. See, I thought I figured out where I was and picked it up from where I was, but then I ran into episodes I had seen before, and I became suddenly not sure.
I have had that happen to me with, like, longer anime before, and it's always, like, mildly annoying.
See, because I didn't write down where I was because I was originally watching it on Netflix, and my place was automatically saved.
Yeah.
But then it got removed from Netflix.
And then it, yeah.
See, because what I often do is I use the sticky note app on Windows, and I write down the latest episode of something I'm on.
That's
I'm
like,
taking a break from it.
yeah, that's like not a bad
Or-
idea.
Or usually if I'm watching it like directly on my computer, it's something I downloaded.
Omar is the favorite character of both many rappers and President Obama. Well, you know,
What does Grogu think of Omar?
you know, Scarface said that politicians are the real gangsters, so it really makes you think. Scarface from the Ghetto Boys, not the guy from the movie.
I bet you he took his name from.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I just wanted to be clear.
I just wanted to be queer.
Me too.
Apologies for being silent. I was in the middle of typing a response in a recommendations channel, music-wise, for mathcore bands.
Like, I don't know any mathcore bands, I don't think. Not entirely
like,
sure I know what mathcore is.
They were asking for ones that weren't super obvious, like, say, you know, Converge, Botch, and
Are
Dillinger
there-
Escape
okay.
Plan, so I went with
Like,
better known ones.
I get,
Less
I get
well-known
what they mean, but I feel like when you get into genres that are that niche, there are no answers that are super obvious.
I mean, like, those are kind of, I don't know, I mean, I can understand what the guy meant. Like, because, yeah, like, if you know what mathcore is, you're, like, just off the top of your head, you're gonna say, probably say Converge or Dillinger Escape Plan first, then Botch. Maybe Daughters, although their best known stuff is after they kind of stopped doing that. But I kind of went like a little bit deeper. Like some of the ones that I mentioned were a little more comparatively obvious, like Dead Guy, Coalesce, Rorschach.
I was gonna say Battles, who I have heard of, but that's math rock, and those are somehow different things.
Mathcore refers to, so like early math rock kind of came out of the whole post-hardcore thing, but mathcore specifically is more directly influenced by the more metallic end of hardcore. It's very aggressive, very dissonant.
I see.
And like early Converge is a good example. Like anything that Dead Guy were doing, there are a few other bands that are semi well known and that kind of fall into that category. I guess if you're talking about like sort of the affiliated like vaguely Christy metalcore bands like Norma Jean are often in that kind of vein.
Norma Jean makes me feel fine.
I've listened to music before.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we wanted to talk music news that's happened since the last episode, like, one of my favorite rappers died, so that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, a
lot. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I am not the kind of person who is normally, like, particularly broken up about, like, public figures dying, but that hurts. Like, if anybody doesn't know who we're talking about, MF Doom was announced. It was announced on, like, the last day in December that he had died back in October. And that, like...
He'd been through a lot, too.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. But just, like, speaking personally, like, one of, like, probably, I would say, actually not even probably, like, I would definitely say one of my, like, 3 or so favorite musicians, like, full stop.
I didn't know you were that big a fan of Doom.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess I didn't really talk about him that much, because, like, most of my close friends are not super into rap, and Doom's stuff is, like, not super accessible. Like, he's not a bus driver or anything, but, like, it's definitely, like, on the like, left of the dial end as far as it goes. But, like,
I mean, if, like, when you get, like, really music nerdy people, they'll always, bring up Mad Villainy.
Yeah, it was his record with Madlib, like, one of my favorite albums ever.
I haven't listened to a lot of MF Doom, but the little amount I did listen to was really good.
Yeah.
No, I do not remember what it was. Don't ask me.
No, I mean, like, it's, again, like, people who aren't super into the genre, it's obviously.
Like, random trawl through YouTube.
Yeah.
Like,
but, like, I don't know.
He
has
a very distinctive flow.
He does. It's a very, like, distinctive voice, too. Like, kind of like a gruff, sort of, like, talking under his breath kind of sound much of the time. But, like, I don't, like, for years when people would ask me, which was mostly, like, on Reddit and stuff, because I used to and still sometimes do frequent the hip-hop subreddit, I would always be like, my 3 favorite rappers in no particular order are Ghostface Killah, A$AP Rocky, and MF Doom. And, like, the dude wasn't, like, he was in his middle age, but he wasn't old, so, like, I kind of
he was, like,
he was 49.
9, yeah.
Yeah.
You're younger than my parents.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I kind of thought he'd, be around for quite a while longer. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
him
and they
him
didn't
him and,
give
go
a
on, sorry.
cause.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we don't know what it was. A lot of people think it was probably a medical condition of some kind.
Yeah, like he'd kind of backed away from the public eye even more than he
Yeah,
had
well,
before.
his son died a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
oh,
His son
Yeah.
Malachi Dumoulin, and he kind of like, he didn't take a break from music exactly, but he definitely stopped recording so much. And then like a
Yeah.
little bit before that, he had gotten stuck in the UK, because he was an immigrant. His parents
Yeah.
had moved to New York when he was really young, and he'd never
Mhm.
gotten legally naturalized as a citizen. So
Yeah.
when he tried to come back from a European tour in like 2009, 2010, they were like,
That's
sorry, but
Ri-
no.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like the guy had been like, I think that I read that like he'd been living in New York since he was like 7.
Yeah, since
And,
like
you
the
know.
mid '80s. I think.
Yeah,
and
and,
like
yeah.
in, he's not even the first rapper that's happened to. Actually, that happened to Slick Rick too, but that's
Yeah.
another conversation.
And then there was all that like fucking 21 Savage getting harassed by
Yeah.
ICE.
oh, I heard about that.
Hi, Bunny.
What?
Yeah, like, and he also like has lived in the U.S. since he was like
Yeah.
really young.
Like, just
It's basically it's racism.
yeah,
It's racism.
yeah.
There's like no other. Yeah,
But
same reason that like Australia, like set
God.
travel bans on fucking Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, Australia is taking so much from
how's
American.
2021 for the Shapes and Forms gang?
Well,
I'm alive. We're alright, I guess.
since the last time I've been on Shapes and Forms, I got a new girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's true. So
Fucking
that's going real well.
Christmas Eve, no less.
Huh? Really?
Powerful. But yeah, I don't know. So like, I've been kind of busted up about that
Oh.
for like the past.
Hello,
few
Bunny.
weeks.
By the way.
I have been listening to his music a lot, and just kind of being like, well, what the hell?
See, that's like the opposite of what happened for me when Chester Bennington died. Is like, I couldn't listen to Linkin Park.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
that makes
could
sense
not.
too. Like that, there's like, it's just one of those things that varies from person to person.
Yeah.
I think most people either like super gravitate towards the person's music, or they just like can't listen to it for a while.
Yeah.
Like,
Hello, Zoe. I'll let you out if you want to be let out.
just like, I don't know, and like, for me at least, like, oh god damn it.
Aw, that
uh,
sucks.
but like, for me at least, there's still kind of an element of disbelief to it, because like, it
Yeah.
was like a super private person, hence the whole mask thing. But like, because like the last time that a rapper that I like really like died was Mac Miller, and like that was also super tragic. Don't get me wrong, but like, people like Mac Miller was pretty open about his personal life, like the whole thing, dating Ariana Grande and all that. Yeah, like, Mac Miller was a very big deal in Pennsylvania. Like, even, like, it's not super common that something that is a cultural institution in Pittsburgh is also one in the part of Pennsylvania that I'm from, which is on the opposite end of the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big deal even in Allentown.
I don't know, like, I wasn't as familiar beyond just occasionally seeing reviews of his records and things.
Wiz Khalifa was like also pretty big in PA, cause like,
I mean, yeah.
really, or the part of PA that I was from, because
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you, Wiz mostly makes stoner music, which
Gasp.
resonates with the culture in the part of Pennsylvania I'm from.
Oh dear.
So did Mac for like some of
yeah.
his early career, but he eventually branched out. Like, and yeah, Bunny mentioned Faces, which is probably like definitely my favorite record by Mac. And you know, he had some other stuff that I was not as fond of, but I definitely respected him as a musician. But like, what I was getting at is just like, the thing with Doom, by contrast, like, it just still does not entirely feel real. There was a song that he was featured on that came out like a month ago, because he was doing something with Flying Lotus, and Flying Lotus apparently did not know either that he had passed away. So the song came out while he was already deceased, and like, that's just strange to think about.
Yeah.
Also, what am I doing with
thing when the news broke was people I didn't at all think listened to rap were talking about it on Twitter. I'm really emotional about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't have any idea any of you people listened to music like that.
Yeah, I mean, he was, you know, he's one of those people that kind of, and it's a tag that I kind of think about the implications of a lot, but he was kind of, sort of person pegged as like a musician's musician.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people who make music really like MF Doom.
Yeah, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like there was a reference to Doom in that Playboi Carti record that came out a month ago, and Playboi Carti's music does not sound anything like MF Doom's. So it's just like, you know, the guy definitely had a wide reach in terms of like who was listening to his stuff and who was influenced by it. But,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna quickly run to the bathroom.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah. Anyway, we should probably talk about something else now. This is a sad topic.
I haven't watched anime since like August.
I have. There's some good stuff that aired last season. Also, Day I Became a God, which is fucking terrible. But like, what did I like from last season? Salt Lily Bouquet and Nijigasaki High School Idol Club. Those two. Both very good shows. Love Live is the better of the two, but, you know.
Love Live.
Yeah.
I remember when I first watched it, I couldn't figure out if it was Love Live or Love Live. That was before I realized that they call a concert a live.
Yeah! That's one of those, like, Japanese loan, like, there's a term for this, like, it's a loan word that doesn't mean the same thing anymore. Like, it doesn't mean what it meant in the original language. So, yeah, like live is just what they call concerts in Japanese for reasons I've never been like, I guess, like, live performance, but
yeah.
goodness, I am playing absolutely terribly, I say, as I am run over Sonic the Hedgehog style by a horned lizard.
It's like it's hard to play video games and talk at the same time.
It's actually, like, super difficult to play Spelunky and talk at the same time. And I insist on doing it anyway, because I really like this game.
That's a mood.
Hello again.
Tridney's back.
Hello.
Back again.
But, oh god, what was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say.
Neither do I.
The conversation pivoted to,
I know.
to anime.
Okay, what's going on in anime?
Just...
Anything hilariously bad?
Like... Oh, actually, I watched the first episode of LBX Girls yesterday, which is,
yeah.
I made a tweet about it because I'm a very funny person. And I said... I used the classic format of, you know, Mom, can we have Symphogear? We have Symphogear at
Yes.
home. The Symphogear at home. And it's just... That shows...
So, I think it's a spin-off. It's like a humanized spin-off of the series Danbara Senki.
Yeah,
yeah.
I did not know that until after I had already seen the first episode.
Which is a show I've seen a couple episodes of. It's also a game series.
What is it called?
LBX Girls is the English title.
No, I mean what it's a spin-off of.
Oh. What is it again?
Danbara Senki is the
Okay.
Japanese or Little Battlers Experience. Which started
that's
as a
what
series
LBX
of-
stands for.
which started as a like game series on the DS, I think.
Huh.
I wonder if they're any good. But,
I've seen the anime, the first couple episodes of
yeah,
the anime
I've
for it.
I've heard decent things about the Parent series. I just somehow did not realize that the two were related until after I already watched the first episode of the spin-off.
Yeah, so the thing you're watching is a lot like Frame Arm Girls.
Yeah, it's like,
Which is-
what if the robots from this other series were cute girls in power armor instead?
Which, yeah, is the same thing as
dear.
Frame Arm Girls.
Which
Whereas
is...
Frame Arms is a series of model kits that
Yeah.
exists.
Which, like, it's not a, you know, not an inherently bad premise. But, like...
Just
Like, okay, so LBX Girls, the first thing you need to know is that somewhat inexplicably, it's an isekai series.
Of course.
yeah.
Like, the main character is at the mall, and is, like, her friend is trying to convince her to buy an LBX model kit. And she eventually gets one, and she picks it up and is whisked away to a parallel universe. And that is the setup to the series.
I know that's
So there was,
making me
like-
think of what the fuck is the name of that show that I watched? It's the isekai with the mecha isekai where
Oh, Knights and Magic?
yeah, Knights and
Uh-huh.
Magic. That show's actually like pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just the main character.
But, yeah, so, like, that happens, and then most of the rest of the episode is just, like, not particularly well animated CGI fights between the various, like, armor girls and these weird, like, spider monster things.
Alright, the other translation of that show is Danball Senki,
Yeah.
which I mean, Danboru literally means cardboard. Yeah.
But,
Because I like how the science fiction setup for the show is that there's this new incredibly durable type of cardboard
Oh my fucking
Part of
god,
the setup
really?
for that series.
So basically, it's like a Trabant.
What's a
I
Trabant?
don't know what that means.
Trabants were the East German cars that they had chassis made with compressed cotton.
Oh, sure, okay.
Weird.
Yeah. They're notorious as, along with the Yugo, being among the worst running cars ever sold on market. Just like deeply unfortunate automobiles.
That's my favorite indie band.
Burning Airlines give you more.
What?
That's a Brian Eno song from when he did songs with lyrics and things.
I can't get up to the place where the Jedi is. That's cool.
You can. I think you actually could. You just have to maneuver.
I don't think so.
Like, go the other way. See, if you jump up there...
No, I can't.
You just gotta get moving.
Yeah, I could if I had spring shoes, but I do not.
Well, this is slightly problematic.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
have
annoying.
bombs?
I do, but I can't get up there by using them. Good night.
Will there be another cave with that?
No, I just can't get the U-Cat out of this run. Which is annoying,
That's
because it
unfortunate.
means I can't go to the black market.
Mm.
But
I hate when I can't go to the black market.
yeah, me too. Oh, it might not matter.
Where else will I get my super weed?
Super weed.
Super weed.
Ultra ganja.
Ultra ganja.
I would
It's,
I
you
would
know-
watch a show called Ultra Ganja.
It was
I don't know what it would be about.
developed by Soviet pot scientists.
Soviet Pop Scientist is my favorite experimental music group.
Saw him open for Vampire Weekend. But, you know, it was not a great opening episode, the LBX Girls one.
Yeah,
I would not
Also,
would
all
not
I-
really
all I could
recommend it.
was I saw like one screenshot where it was like, you know, oh, this character is cute, and then all the rest were like, oh, this shit looks so bad.
Also, I want to say that the group that makes Frame Arm Girls, they abbreviate it as the FAG
Oh.
project.
Whoops.
So
Whoops. That's not good.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for like a really bad Symphogear knockoff this season, I guess you could watch LBX Girls.
Wait,
It-
why would you want a really bad your
I mean, like, I really like that genre, but even I was like, who is this for? Like, just watching it and being like, I don't understand what market they think they're tapping into here.
It's the anything with cute girls market, I guess.
I mean, like, usually shows like that are like horny, which this wasn't even that. So like,
I'm not even saying like the horny variant of that. I'm saying just
I
like.
guess.
But at the same time, I saw some of those shots.
But the
like,
character designs are bad. So like,
Yeah, like well.
not even bad, just kind of one note.
Yeah.
Like if they were in a better show, it's a lot more forgivable. But they're not. What is going on down there?
Spelunky.
Yeah. Hello, hired help. I also watched the first episode of Other Side Picnic yesterday. That was actually surprisingly good.
I'm glad.
Which is the sci-fi Yuri series. Very, very loosely based on fucking Roadside Picnic, which is the same book that Stalker is based on.
Yeah.
Both the I think it's actually more inspired by than based on. But
well, I mean,
yeah.
True of the video game
From
Stalker,
what I know,
although less so the film, which is more.
Yeah, but the video game Stalker is still more closely related than Other Side Picnic is.
Other Side Picnic's got like a bunch of like if you're somehow an anime fan who does not know a bunch of things about Japanese net urban legends already, good crash course for that.
Huh.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
familiar
like
beyond knowing it's the Roadside Picnic Yuri series.
it's got it was originally a light novel, I think.
Yeah, it took the classic light novel manga anime pipeline.
Haru Specs is really into it, so that tells me all I need to know.
Yeah.
It's like I've read a decent amount of the manga. It's like really good. The thing I was surprised with the anime is that the anime is also pretty good, like looking, which I wasn't expecting because it's a Leiden Films production. So, Leiden Films, the brilliant minds behind fucking Magical Girl Spec Ops Asuka and After School Dice Club, among other feasts for the eyes.
I mean, yeah, Leiden Films occasionally does not awful things.
It's the only thing they're doing this season, which probably helps. Usually they're doing like 3 or 4 shows at once. Which is
they all
terrible.
wind up kind of...
Yeah. They do a thing which I will never get used to, which is instead of traditional distance models, they use CGI distance models. Which, like, I don't really care that much, but it is obvious.
Yeah, I mean, if it were less obvious, that would probably be better, frankly, because I can imagine.
It's a little jarring, but the rest of the show looks good enough that I think it makes up for it.
That's good.
I just hope it'll stay that way, because, like,
yeah,
that's the real issue with their stuff. It's quality over
lack
time.
of consistency.
Yeah. But the first episode was pretty good. I'm actually trying to think of what else premieres this season. I think Back Arrow starts this season. I really want to watch that. That show is gonna either be great or fucking hilariously bad.
What is the show?
Back Arrow?
Well, yeah, I got the title. I meant
okay.
What's the deal?
So, like, the actual premise is kind of opaque to me, even at this point. I think it's like from what I could gather from the trailers, it seemed to be like a guy from like a Henshin Hero series gets isekai'd to generic fantasy world, which is, you know, sort of an interesting premise, I guess. The real reason I want to watch it is that it's the director of Code Geass and the writer of Kill la Kill.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh my.
So that's gonna be a combination made in something that starts with an H.
Oh, second season of the Slime Isekai starts.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen.
There's also
go on.
Beastars 2 started.
Oh,
yeah, the second season.
Beastars 2 started?
Oh, the second season of the Osmosis Jones anime.
Oh yeah, well, like, isn't it like Cells at Work Season 2 and Cells at Work Black both started this season, right?
Oh,
I think.
maybe.
But okay, I did Beastar second B-Stars happened.
Third season of Log Horizon.
Really?
Oh, Eurocamp
Oh,
season
God.
2 started. Fuck, I gotta get on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of season 2s for shows that I think that I would like, but haven't seen the first season of. Seems to be the running theme this season.
Wait, I guess that it started in Japan. Isn't available here yet.
Right. Nana Biori season 3.
Huh.
World,
Yeah, wasn't
World
that...
Trigger 2.
Oh yeah, they
Wait,
they
wasn't
finally made a second season of World Trigger after like 10 years. That was like the weird, unexpected one, right?
Oh fuck. Uma Musume Pretty Derby season 2.
Finally.
Oh my.
It started
memes.
already.
The memes will be so strong.
What does
so
it
powerful.
What does it say about the world that we got that before the second season of Zombieland Saga?
God.
Although that's apparently finally coming out this year, so
Oh, there's a new Wixos. Wixos.
for the longest time I thought it was Wishcross because somebody told me that it was pronounced that way,
Oh,
but then somebody else was like, no. So I have no idea how it's
God, there's more show by Rock.
Eh.
Is there anything else that's like starting this season that's not a sequel?
That's not a sequel. I'm gonna check Analyst.
Yeah, or Anarchy.
I'm looking there right now.
Okay, let's see.
Well, what about
Oh, I actually had other side picnic bookmarks.
what about Tato Eba Last Dungeon Mei no Mura no Shonen ga Joben no Machi de
That's a lot.
Kurasu Yona Monogatari?
I believe that is.
Oh wait, that
What if a kid from the Boondocks
Wait,
became the chosen one, or whatever the hell it's
that's
called? in
also
English?
Leiden Films.
Oh, okay.
So
Never mind.
There's
I was wrong.
so there's a second studio also working on Other Side Picnic.
Yeah, a Felix Film, who I know basically nothing about.
Okay, let's see.
Oh wait, Cell That Work Black is also Leiden Films.
Really?
Oh, they're finally ending Attack on Titan.
Maybe I just don't know anything and shouldn't say words.
Let's see. What is going? Are there non-sequels? Okay, there's a Cloverworks thing that's not a sequel.
Oh, Wonder Egg Priority! Right?
There's also what
No,
appears
this
to
is
be
called,
a
Bohemia.
skateboarding anime by Bones.
Bohemia is it's based on a manga, and it's a romance series. Yeah.
I don't think I knew that was coming out.
Jane, there's a skateboard anime.
Yeah, there's 2 skateboard anime coming out.
I don't know how to
this year.
pronounce this. It's SK, the infinity symbol.
Oh, it's probably just meant to be pronounced skate. Like, they think they're being clever.
Skatefinity.
Skatefinity! I want it to be that. It's probably not that, but I want it
Oh
to
wait,
be.
it's supposed to be said like an 8. Why is it the infinity symbol?
Well, that's what I thought. I thought it was maybe
for
just
giggles.
pronounced.
Oh wait, I saw
Really,
another
Skate
thing that
the
says
Infinity.
What-
Is what it is being referred to as.
Skate the
SK
Infinity.
The Infinity, or SK Infinity Symbol, but it's pronounced Skate the Infinity.
I love shows that I literally couldn't cover on GGA, even if I wanted to, because their titles would break our formatting.
Oh no.
We ran into that with... There was some live-action series on Netflix a year or 2 ago where we were gonna cover it and then we couldn't because the title busted our formatting. They
I
like
love
had
that there's
to
a-
call it something else in the article.
there's a show that opens with in the year 2014.
Hold up. Well, it's probably an adaptation of something older, I would imagine.
Oh, it's about
Yeah.
someone getting hit. It jumps forward to 2030.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see. What
This
else
is X Arm.
Wait, what?
I was gonna check out X-Arm and I don't remember why.
Wonder Egg Priority.
Yeah, Wonder Egg Priority. That's also the Cloverworks, right?
Yeah.
Wonder Egg Priority is also Cloverworks. Yeah.
Okay, that is this season?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that
Episode
show. I don't
1
know.
airs in 4 days.
I don't know anything about it, but it's a director who has never directed before, and the rest of the team is really talented, which is like not something that ever happens in anime. So I am hoping it will be really good.
There is a
There's
male
TV
idol show.
Slice of life spin-off of Bungo Stray Dogs airing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Bungo Stray Dogs exist.
Yeah, Bungo Stray Dogs.
All the characters are named
Oh.
after famous authors.
Yeah, and it has a really significant following, at least in Japan. And like a weirdly dedicated, very small one in the States.
There seems to be a male idol show called IQ. Halfway through the idol.
Praetor no Kizu. What is this? Action, fantasy, sci-fi thing, apparently.
Oh no. There's an idol show that uses mocap.
Ooh. Oh dear.
It's called Idols.
Oh no! This thing that I found, Praetor no Kizu, or Scar on the Praetor, is a Gohan's show. It's a fucking Gohan show.
Oh, well, instant
Oh,
classic
man.
right there. I might watch that, actually, just because I don't think I'm gonna have much to watch this season, and I think it would be funny.
Yeah, all it
Oh,
says
man.
about Idols
Oh
is
man.
the anime's
That is
production
nice.
will use motion capture technology to capture the movement of the voice schedule, simultaneously producing voice recordings. Nothing else. That's all it says about the show.
Yeah, like, that's just, like, scripted VTubing, I guess. I don't...
Let's see.
But they're
Interesting.
not doing it live.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Okay, so I've already scrolled far enough that I'm into shorts.
They're
but at the
comfortable
same
and easy to wear.
hate you. An adaptation of the Azure Lane for Coma
There's
manga.
yet more Yami Shibai happening. Let's see.
Pui Molcar.
Bunch of goofy little kids shows and things.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
every
and,
season.
What do we have for
Kuroko
movies?
Nako Koroniko any good?
The Final Evangelion.
Oh, yeah. Right. That's allegedly happening soon.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the first the first Crown Handler movie.
Wow, really?
So,
Princess Principal.
there's Natsume's Book of Friends film happening.
I'm actually really looking forward to the Crown Handler movie.
Let's see. what
Actually, if I'm being honest, and this is a terrible opinion, but it's the truth,
Uh-huh.
probably looking forward to Crown Handler more than I'm looking forward to the new Ava movie.
else? I mean, that's kind of...
Which I will watch the new Ava movie,
Yeah.
and I'll give it
Oh
a fair
shit!
shake.
It's the Princess Principal film is happening the day before my birthday.
Yeah, the
Huh.
only thing is that movies tend to take a while to get over here.
Oh yeah. There's an Aria film happening.
Oh yeah,
in March.
no, that's not that weird. They make a new Aria movie every couple of years.
They do.
Like, not every
Huh.
couple years, I guess, but like,
It's been a while.
it's been a bit, but that franchise is really popular in Japan.
Yeah, but it's like it is a franchise that like new things from that trickle out very slowly is kind of my point. Like there is new stuff sometimes, but it's like it's not regular.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay,
look
I've
at
got
spring.
OVAs and ONAs. Alice in Deadly School. That's a
Oh, okay. So I've heard of that. That is part of one of the weirdest multimedia projects I've ever learned of in my life. Okay, so you know that Japanese rock band I really like, Sutomayo?
Yes.
Okay, they are tangentially involved with that because there's like this,
What?
there's like this huge ARG thing happening, for a project called, I think, is it Goka Dolls? I think is the name of the whole.
Gekidon.
Is the name of the whole
Gekidon.
thing? Yeah. Okay.
It's right. Yeah, it's here.
And
That's airing right now. Yeah.
yeah, and that is a TV series about idols in a post-apocalyptic world. And then Alice in Deadly School is a movie that they star in universe.
Ah. Okay, this is real. This is real
Sure.
weird.
Okay. Why not?
There's
Morbidly curious about this.
there's also like a game and a book which are also only tangentially related to the rest of the franchise. It seems
Yeah.
very ambitious. And there's like a bunch of musical acts involved in the ARG thing, of whom Zudomayo are only one. Like, it's interesting,
Okay.
although it kind of seems like a lot, to be honest.
It does seem like a lot. I am going to put this in my plan to watch out of just
Next
big
season.
energy.
Zombieland Saga Revenge. Also,
Okay,
the
let's-
fucking new Shaman King.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there is a
Oops.
a prequel to Planetarian is coming
Oh
out.
god. I don't.
The new SSSS. Next
Oh yeah,
season.
SSSS about Dynazenon.
Huh.
It's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah,
a
the-
good year for
The anime
well.
adaptation of Shadow's House. Which Cloverworks is
Yeah.
doing.
Let's see. What are some other? Yeah, I'm gonna scroll
Yeah,
back up.
it's
and look
gonna
at
be a
things I
really
might have
good
missed.
year for anime. I can feel it in my bones.
I hope so. I hope that I actually watch some anime this year.
I will try to get you to.
Like, I am 100%
As long as you're-
going to like binge the second season of Beastars with absolute aplomb.
Aplomb.
Because
But,
I
um,
don't like plums.
Yeah.
I fucking loved the first season of that show.
But
it's
I will,
exquisite.
Shredney, if I pick up something that I think you will like, I will try to bother you to watch it, but you have to
Okay,
promise to
Yeah, okay.
not be annoyed at me for doing so. Oh hey, you guys want to know something funny about this room in Spelunky?
All right, let's see.
This is a reference to 5 different streamers who played the first game a lot.
Nights at Freddy's.
I know that the middle one is supposed to be Northern Lion, and the fox is supposed to be Mouth. I don't know who the other 3 are.
Is one
Huh.
of them bear?
One of them is a bear, so actually probably, yeah, now that I think about it.
Huh, neat. But yeah. So I'm looking at the spring season now, just out of curiosity, like what's gonna happen
Yeah.
then.
I looked there.
Oh, the fucking oh god, what is it called in English? How Not to Summon Demon Lord is getting a sequel.
Ugh.
Okay, that
Cool.
it could be worse, but nah.
I mean,
There's
yeah.
a show about a boy befriending a wolf while wandering the Arctic. That looks interesting.
My autobiography.
What?
I know. I'm the wolf.
Apparently the what is it called? The manga it's based on is very well regarded.
That's cool. There's a lot of stuff this show that I think I'm gonna be really interested in. Most of it in spring, but not all of it.
I'm looking forward to watching this stuff after I watch everything else I missed.
I mean, you know. I feel like
Like-
it's like this is an opinion that not everybody shares, and I think it's just one of those things that varies from person to person. I feel like it's easier to watch seasonals than stuff that's already out. Because you only need to, like, devote half an hour per show per week. Which I feel like that's easier to set time aside for than, like, a whole 6 to 12 hour anime.
Yeah, I understand that.
It depends on how you look at things, I suppose.
Let's see. Yeah, this looks kind of cute. What's this? It's a thing about cats. Looks endearing.
Free dating.
As long as they're not singing and trying to get to the Heavenside layer.
What?
No.
I don't get it.
I'm referencing
The
cats.
Heavenside layer.
Oh.
Musical cats. Which.
Oh,
yeah.
hey, speaking of cats, you heard it here first. If things go well in the next few days, me and Alice's podcast, Good and Bad Names for Cats, starts soon.
Ah.
If you ask what it's about, I will end your life. Oh no. Hired help, what are you doing? Okay, hold on. You go
down. Yasuke. What is Yasuke? Oh, it's. Oh, wait. I know the historical figure this is based on. Huh. Weird.
I am gonna drop out for the second hour,
Okay,
so I'll see you
okay.
at 11 my time.
alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Why? Have fun,
Yeah.
but not too much.
You too. Hmm. But yeah, there is in fact an ONA about Yasuke, who was Nobunaga's black retainer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know about the historical figure, Yasuke.
Yeah, I didn't know there was going to be a show about him.
I thought it was a movie. Is it a series?
Might be one. Like, it says ONA, but that doesn't really say what it.
Yeah, that doesn't really
it's
say
like-
much about episode count, that's true.
And it is based on something like it's being worked on by a black American dude by the name of LaShawn Thomas.
Yeah, LaShawn Thomas is, like, I think maybe literally the only African American man involved in the anime industry in like a major way. He made Cannon Busters, if you're familiar with that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, I have heard of that.
I haven't seen it. Apparently, it's like fine, but you know, it's cool that like. You know, dude like moved to Japan and it was like involved with the industry now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, apparently he also worked on the Boondocks and Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
Neat.
He's one of the figures who kind of like bridges Japanese animation production to more international stuff.
Yeah, and also the character designer is Takashi Koike, who also worked on The Woman Called Fujiko Mine.
Uh-huh.
So
that's
cool.
That seems like one of those shows that is definitely gonna do well here.
Yeah.
I hope it does well in Japan too.
Yeah, that'd be.
Because that's kind of like, I forget what studio Thomas works for, but that's still kind
This
of
is-
unfortunately mostly what dictates whether or not something gets a second season.
Oh, this is being done by Mappa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that. Mappa's been having some issues lately. Hopefully, those are
That's unfortunate.
sorted by the time that comes out. That would be unfortunate
Like,
if it got derailed because of Mappa's whole stuff.
Yeah. Like. Yeah, they've done some good work. Kind of a shame.
Yeah. Is like, I don't want to get into it because it's a depressing subject, but that's one of those studios where, like, even by anime studio standards, it's not really a great place to work.
Yeah, that sounds shitty.
It's like them and Wit, I have heard, are like the really bad ones lately.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's actually kind of partly why I've put off finishing Great Pretender. Like, you know, that kind of stuff happens, like, everywhere, and it's kind of unavoidable. But also, like, Great Pretender being... I want to phrase this carefully, because I don't want to sound like I'm being, you know, like a gatekeepy douche. Like, Great Pretender, obviously, and I think the people who have worked on it have said as much, has an international audience in mind. And for some reason, and this is not logical, and I'm not gonna claim that it is, but for some reason, that to me makes bad working conditions like just a slight bit even worse. Like, as far as how I end up perceiving the work because of them. Like, I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't really make any sense, I guess, when I really think about it, but like, I don't know.
I'm just reminded of how many, like, separately and on a more positive note, of how many, like, shows I've been meaning to get around to that are relatively recent, that have now become less recent over time than when I originally was hyped to watch them.
Like what?
Well, Hakume Tomikochi.
What is that? Oh, that's the one about the two, like,
little tiny women
yeah,
who live together.
Okay. Yeah, that was
very cozy.
That was several years ago now.
Yeah, I know.
Like 5 or 6.
Not quite that many. It was like 2017.
Oh, really? I thought that was a 2015 show for some reason.
Hakume Tomikochi. When was that? It was in 2018, actually. Early 2018. Started January, ended March.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that was older than it actually was.
Yeah, that's relatively recent, but still, that's like, at this point, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost. Which feels
Gosh,
so weird
that's
to
the
say.
same year
What
that...
the fuck happened to 2020? It vanished.
Well, I mean, like, not to
feel
state
like
the
it's
obvious,
still
but there was a global pandemic. Nothing much happened.
Like, it feels like a year did not actually pass.
Everything kind of
Like,
just
we're
got
still
put on
in
hold.
the winter at the beginning of 2020.
Don't say shit like that. Like,
I mean,
I don't want to get into it in a major way, but I'm really hoping this current unpleasantness that's going on,
yeah.
in our nation's capital is, like, obviously, like, not going to be the end of things, but, like, at least the end of this crap for a while. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
I'm gonna admit that I had, like, a thought running through my head in watching all this unfold was like the, you know, like the most, like, there is a flippant way to say what I think and a less so, and I'm going to go with a slightly more measured one, which is, it's kind of wild how stunned these people were when the ridiculous, awful shit they were doing blew up in their face. Like, that they actually were confronted with real opposition. Like, they didn't know it was possible. Like, it just flabbergasted them.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
That's
oh my
definitely
God.
true.
You know, like, people might not actually not agree with us. People might, or worse yet, you know, like, violence can be done to white people.
You know, again, like, it's not something I want to get into, partly because it's upsetting and partly because I don't want to seem flippant. But I there was a part of me that was watching all this shit happen yesterday, and, like, you know, just being like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, it's like
the difference in attitude between the middle part of the day where they had broken into the Capitol building and the later part of the day where they had been driven off by the cops was like, yeah, like I don't think police should exist, but if you are someone who does, which, you know, most right-wingers do, is that not what you think the cops are for? Like, is this not, like, basically exactly how you think this should go down? I don't know.
Well, it's because they're
hypocritical and think that they're above their own
it's
shit,
not just
but...
that they're... It's even worse than that. It's that they believe that basically they don't believe in rule of law. They believe in rule by force.
Well, yeah.
That's like the underlying sort of... That's, you know, to quote The Fall, who makes the Nazis?
I don't follow.
It's that kind of, you know, it's stuff like that. It's like that entitlement, that sense that, you know, basically power justifies power. This sort of very...
Yeah.
And, like, it doesn't necessarily start that way, like, in people's thinking, because people justify things endlessly, and at heart, I think most people are just scared and ignorant, rather than truly malicious.
What I would say...
But you can keep walking down that line further and further until you justify more and more extreme things, until essentially it's just worshipping power for its own sake.
Yeah, I mean, like, what I would say, I don't think that anybody who actually went to the thing yesterday is still at the ignorant and misguided stage.
That is fair. Like, I mean, no, but I'm saying that,
yeah.
like, it
you mean in
begins
general?
that way.
Yeah, no, I know what you're getting at.
Like, is that, you know, you don't... Is that people generally don't start with, like, for lack of a better word, evil intent.
Yeah.
They start with other reasons, and it festers like a wound.
Hey, Shredney, this is not related to our current conversation in the slightest. That might be the best shot of all time.
Oh. I was looking at Analyst.
Oh, well, that's on you.
But I'm hyped.
Nobody is actually in the chat right now, so I guess that one's gonna be for the VOD viewers.
Yeah, but there are people watching.
I mean, there's you and me and,
No, I mean there are people watching on Twitch.
No, I mean,
like I can see, it says 3.
I see the view count. One of them's me. One of them's probably you.
No, I mean I'm not on Twitch.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
on Discord.
Well, we do
So,
get a
like, there are
couple
at least two
lurkers,
people
so...
watching.
Uh-oh. Chudney, I think it's going to pot. Nope, okay. Not yet. Fuck. No, don't fucking fire him in here, you dipshit. I hate you.
Yes.
God damn it. Okay, there we go. It's all fine. Everything
Never
is
say
going
that.
to be dirigible.
Everything is gonna be 100% dirigible.
Motherfucker.
Dirigible indeed.
Went up like the Hindenburg.
I was about to say, is that in bad taste? I don't care.
I don't think it's in bad taste anymore. That shit happened 100 years ago.
I mean, yeah.
It's like 1927 or something. I don't know why this reminded me of that, but I started playing chess recently. I
What?
feel like... I said I don't know why this reminded me of that, but I've started playing chess recently.
Huh.
And I feel old when I play chess. Also, I'm hilariously bad at it.
I mean, same.
Do you know,
Real
like,
talk.
any of the fundamental principles of chess? Because I did not until I started, like, looking into it recently.
Yeah. I mean, I know how chess pieces work.
Well, no, I
know
mean, like...
how en passant works.
Well, I mean, like, the principles of chess theory. Like, there's only... Like, did you know there's only, like, 4 opening moves that are good for white? And I think there's even less than that for black.
I am dimly aware of this fact, but, like, I don't focus on that because I'm, like, playing chess because it's fun, not because I want to get good at it.
Well, I mean, yeah, like, I kind of... What the thing is, I kind of want to be able to eventually play it like a club level, maybe.
I mean, that makes sense.
Like, I'm not trying to be an international master, because that takes, for one thing, takes way
Years.
too much time. Yeah. And actually, to be honest, I kind of think I'm at the point in my life where I couldn't become one, even if I started now. Like, I think that there's just too much time investment. But, like, for one thing, it takes years, and for another thing, you turn into one of those people who, like, gets psyched out by chess openings, and I don't really want to be in that position.
Yeah.
But, like, to give you an idea of how bad I am, do you know how ELO ratings work?
Not really.
Okay. So an ELO rating, just broadly speaking, is a number that shows how good you are at chess.
Okay.
They start at 100, and there is no cap. The best player on Earth is Magnus Carlsen, and he has an ELO of, I think, 2,800 something.
Okay.
Now, I got back into chess. I don't know if I said back. I got into chess after watching Northern Lion play it on his channel. Northern Lion's considered like a decent chess player, and his ELO is like 1,300. Mine is 200.
Because you're a beginner, though.
Yeah, like, I don't think that's unusual for people who are very new to the game.
Yeah.
I mean, like, before I looked into it the other day, like, I didn't even know how certain pieces moved. Like, I mean,
Oh, dear.
like, I thought I did, but I was apparently mistaken. Like, I thought that pawns could capture on their double jump on the first move, which is apparently not true.
Like, well, not, what is it called? Not on the double jump, but on if you were moving from a diagonal from the starting position. then that's
Well, yeah, like if there happens to be a
legal.
piece there, you can capture like normally, like you would
Yeah.
with a pawn.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was.
There's also en passant.
Yeah, en passant
which
is like your pawn can do shadow jutsu, but only this time, and only in this
Yeah,
specific
like-
circumstance.
Yeah, it's weird.
En passant's funny. It
Yeah.
apparently came about because there were like, because in chess terms, the pawns being able to double move at the start is like a fairly recent thing.
Yeah.
And it came about because they wanted to make the game a little bit faster, but it didn't want to actually alter strategy that much. So en passant is like it's like, you know, you can do this, but also if you do it and you would ordinarily be able to get your pawn captured, the pawn can catch you via the en passant move. It's weird. Didn't know about castling either. So
Really?
yeah, no, I just like I knew there was a thing in chess called castling. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
But
I guess the most obscure chess thing, and I keep forgetting exactly what it is, that I have known about is Zugzwang.
Zugzwang is when it would be better for you if you didn't move, but because of the rules of chess, you have to.
Yeah.
It's
like,
German for compelled to move.
Yeah.
Which
like-
is a situation that comes up like all the time in chess.
Yeah, and it particularly is relevant in function. Like what I remember about it is that it's particularly an issue in situations which are functionally a stalemate.
Yeah, like the thing about that is like there's already stalemates in chess a lot of the time, so
Oh yeah.
I can't be too mad about a rule that avoids more stalemates. Not that a
Yeah.
stalemate is considered a bad thing in chess. Like if you can force a draw, that's better for you than losing because of how chess is
Yeah.
scored. But yeah, but like no,
Although it is
I've just been
potentially vexing playing wise.
what?
Although it's kind of vexing playing wise. Like
I mean, I guess,
you're-
like, I feel like it's one of those things where after you get past, like, the very, very beginner level, you're just like, okay, well, that's how the game's played, so... It's one of those things where it's like, you know, Control in Magic the Gathering, where it's like, okay, well, if you're really that bothered by it, just play a different game, you know?
Like, I know very, very little about Magic. Somebody tried to teach me years ago, and I
Control...
completely forgot.
Control very broadly... Oh, hi, Wom. I'm sorry, I didn't see you come in the chat.
Oh, sorry. Hi, one.
It is very, very broadly Control. It's just like a style of deck that plays very slowly and thrives in the late game and is more based around preventing your opponent from doing things you don't want them to than it is making
so in
proactive
other
plays
words-
like aggro.
Controlling the like where the term would come from is controlling the game state.
Oh yeah. Like there's
There's a term.
Yeah, Magic is another game where I know like some of the theory, but not very much. I would describe myself as a well below subpar Magic player, but I know enough where I could teach somebody else how to play the game. I could teach you sometime. Magic's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, from the one time I ever played it, it was, I enjoyed it, and it seems really interesting and extremely involved.
Yeah, like, chess is cool, but I am a TCG player at heart. which honestly, like, my game of choice for many years was Hearthstone, so that didn't end up very well.
Yeah.
Hearthstone's, like, kind of dying, apparently. Like, their player base has been shrinking year by year for a couple of years now, which, like, kind of sucks, because I actually think Hearthstone's a really fun game, but also, like, Blizzard are a really shitty company and do it to themselves, so...
Yeah. It's like they kind of killed their own game by being just utter twats.
Yeah. I hope that, like, if the actual client eventually dies, somebody will be like, hey, look, I made a thing where you can challenge people to one-on-one Hearthstone matches, but you've got all the cards. Make whatever deck you want. That would be fun.
Neat.
More of a poker guy. So here's the thing about poker. I only like hidden information games if, like, I can see what the... How would I put this? So something about poker just doesn't really click with me, I guess is what the easier way to put it would be. I'm okay at Omaha Hold'em, which is unfortunately like one of the less popular styles of poker. Most people play Texas.
Yeah.
My
and
stepdad.
there's also
Go on.
my mom really likes 5-Card Stud, but I've never learned it.
Yeah, 5-Card Stud is another one. My stepdad tried to get me to learn Texas Hold'em once because he, well, frankly, he had a gambling problem for a while. To put it bluntly. But I just didn't really like. The thing I don't like about Texas Hold'em is that there's not actually that much hidden information because most of the cards are shared between all players. Right?
Yeah.
You got the I don't remember what it's called, but the bit where they're laid out, and you only actually draw 2 cards for yourself, which I guess, like objectively speaking, makes it more skill based in theory.
Yeah.
But it's just not as satisfying to play, in my opinion. Self Pebbles, we said hi to.
Hello, Pebbles.
But yeah, no, like Magic the Gathering's real fun. I am honestly, so is Hearthstone, but not really playing that anymore for various reasons. But I am the most boring kind of TCG player in that my favorite deck style, and you will find that deck styles are common to pretty much every TCG unless they play like super differently from every other one. Is tempo, which is just like your aim is to make the most efficient play possible on every turn. And that sounds obvious, but there's many styles of deck that are not that. The thing you get with a tempo deck generally is like they're easy to pilot basically. Like usually there will be a best move on a given turn, and your goal is just to find it.
Whereas, like, for example, there are ways of playing that, might be focused more on, for instance, attrition on the part of your opponent.
Yeah,
which
or
are
there's
not necessarily more efficient.
Yeah, or there's aggro where your goal is just to, like, run your opponent down as fast as possible.
Yeah, that's I mean that was
and like
what I was aiming at. It's like, but I'm speaking not just of like full aggro. I'm also talking about like potentially slow attrition.
Yeah, no, that's that's
another viable
basically is what control is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. And like like the ideal with a tempo deck is like, oh well, it can outlast aggro and outspeed control, and if you're very good, that's true. If you're me, it's true occasionally.
Yeah, I honestly, I get the feeling that I would probably wind up being a control player.
Yeah, I can see you. You seem like the sort of person who. There's a specific term for this, and I don't remember it. I would have to ask Cherry because she knows way more about the game than I do.
Yeah.
There's a kind of person whose whole style is taking really weird cards and trying to make decks around them that still work.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Like, I feel like that's you.
I have a sort of friendly acquaintance, a friend of Yaron's and Millie's, who has built entire decks around cats. Like,
oh yeah, well, like
Magic cards.
yeah, no, like
That's her
the
thing.
like weirdly specific tribal is like tribal
Yeah.
being what it's called when you have
Yeah,
a
I
bunch of okay, yeah, weirdly specific tribal decks are like their own thing even, but there's cards like there's cards in Magic the Gathering, like the one that always comes to mind is a one with nothing, which the entire rules text is just discard your hand. And there's ways to make that do stuff for you. I don't think most people would really consider them good cards.
There are also some like of those older, like really weird joke cards that have like very interesting effects.
Oh yeah, well like the joke
Chaos Orb, I think, is one of them.
The joke cards are like a whole other thing.
But
Like honestly, some of my favorite Magic cards are the ones that are like really weird mechanically. Just like what am I like? What do you do with this? Which was also true in Hearthstone. Which Hearthstone's design space was not as like it's not as advanced as Magic's, I guess, because they haven't had like 25 years to work on the game. But they've done some weird stuff.
I'm just kind of reminded of how like there were points where like because this was early in the whole trading card game sort of development thing, that you like, for example, oh god, what was it? Was it like it was like Tolarian Academy, Black Lotus, and something else, if used in conjunction, were functionally unbeatable to the point that these cards were at one point like all banned.
Oh yeah, like Black Lotus. Is one of those things. It is the kind of card that if you are making a trading card game and you want to study like things not to do, Black Lotus is one of the cards you take a look at first.
Apparently, like, Black Lotus, in very limited circumstances, has been made legal again in, like, Legacy.
I think it's legal in Vintage, but restricted to one copy per deck. That might not be true.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. Same thing with... I think that's also true with Tolarian Academy, which is often, as I said, like, multiple Black Lotuses and multiple Tolarian Academies, and there's something else to be used in conjunction.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit you can do with Black Lotus. Like, the thing with Black Lotus is the reason that it's I don't even want to say a badly designed card, because this was so early on in the lifespan of TCGs as an idea, but the reason you wouldn't make something like it today is that it is good in every deck in basically like, what that means is that everybody has incentive to run as many of them as they can.
Yeah,
and
which, again,
which,
like I said, like Vintage and I think Legacy, you're allowed one. Like,
Well, I actually don't think it's allowed in Legacy. I might be wrong, but because I know
it might
I know
just be Vintage.
I know
but you're allowed,
Vintage. I know Vintage is the format for rich people, where they just let you
that's like the
play
it is
basically.
for- well,
Excuse
again,
me?
oh, I'm so sorry.
What just happened?
And the dog survived.
Alright. You know, video games, am I right? Hey, there's a scorpion in that pot. That's cool. I'm gonna hit you with a restart on that one, boy.
Yeah, like
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
But what I was just saying, yeah, like Vintage is. There's a lot of stuff that's legal in Vintage within very specific. Like, I was confusing it with Legacy. I do know that Legacy has some similar stuff going on with that, but Vintage specifically, there's a lot of stuff allowed in there which is not allowed in any other formats.
Yeah,
very limited.
Yeah. Vintage, like, I think the
capacities.
only cards that are actually banned in Vintage are ones that, like joke cards for one thing, because those aren't allowed in any official format, and then also like cards that violate gambling laws, because there were a couple of those early on.
Oh my.
I think the very first set had an anti-mechanic where you would actually bet cards, and that was.
Oh lord.
It quickly became apparent that that would not be allowed, because that is considered gambling.
Oh no. I'm just sort of thinking of, oh god, are there like backroom, like secret Magic tournaments that are
Like,
unsanctioned that still
You say that as a joke, but like probably
I'm sure there are.
people are like, I like the game. Certainly I don't like everything that they've done with the game, but there's people who get weird about Magic the Gathering.
Oh yeah.
Like it actually in much the same way that people get weird about chess.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Um,
it scans.
Like it's not there yet, but like Magic is still around in 100 years. I think that it is entirely possible that people will write about it in the same terms that they write about chess.
Oh my.
And they're entitled to do that.
Or
but
at least about stuff like Karuta,
Like-
like Hanafuda.
Oh no, I actually don't think that's the case at all, because that's more like, I think the fact that people don't write about games like that in those terms is mostly just like a cultural thing, because people don't really play
Yeah,
Hanafuda
exactly. But no,
over
but I'm
here.
saying that it probably would. Potentially, I can see it being kind of a similar kind of
Yeah.
thing.
There-
Like, because chess developed and broke into a bunch of different things over the course of like 800 years.
Yeah, and I mean, there's already many trading card games that aren't Magic the Gathering, so like,
True.
you give it time.
Yeah, of course.
But I have this mental image of like Wikipedia in the year 3000, where they're like,
yeah,
we know that this person was considered a grandmaster of Magic in his day. Only 14 moves from one of his games survives, which is actually like on some like pages about chess players from like the 1500s.
Yeah, that makes sense. I do know about grand chess, like specifically the variation that is associated with Timur the Lame, known as Tamerlane chess, which was a variant of grand chess where,
Fuck.
like, it had there are a couple of different piece types which occur in a lot of older forms of chess, but do not occur.
All that for a machete? Are you fucking with me?
Jane?
What?
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm listening. I just accidentally blew up
one-
the shop.
One big one is what is known as the giraffe, which It's basically like, what if a knight, but you could keep going in a single direction and then slightly to the side. Like a cross between a knight and like a rook or a bishop.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there have been a bunch of pieces which are, I mean, like even today there's regional variations, and some of those are distinct enough that they're considered their own games, and some of them are not. But I mean, like even where I'm from, there's Dutch chess, which is like, honestly, like not super similar to chess. It's more like checkers, honestly. But it is called Dutch chess. Now that I think about it, why is it called that?
I don't know. But like, yeah, there's also the whole thing of that the queen had different significances at different points.
Yeah.
And there are older variations, like similar to, like they're like often that will be divided between two things, where there's like the queen and the vizier that do different things. In like old Persian versions.
Well, this is like a thing that like even like standard chess, like the names of the pieces are not consistent across languages. Like the thing that's called the bishop in English is called like a jester in many other languages.
Yeah, there's also the whole thing that like a lot of those like early grand chess type things are preserved in, of all things, shogi.
Yeah, shogi and chess are very similar.
Yeah, like shogi specifically is derived from, like, basically imported very early versions of chess, that came through China.
Yeah, and that's how you got. That's also how you got Shang-Chi, which I think is even more similar to chess.
I'm not familiar with that one, but
that's the Chinese game.
The Chinese version. The precursor of shogi.
Yeah, I think it's still played in some places. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, yeah. Also, like, you know, it also especially makes sense because the G in Japanese in a lot of dialects is an in between vowels. So shong.
Chaturanga is the name of the game that like they're all derived from, right?
Yeah, like they're like very, very old Indian and Persian games from which it stems. Like, I mean, and even there's a lot of terminology that goes back to the Persian variations. Like, checkmate is a really weird anglicization of shahmat. You know, the king is dead.
I always thought it was weird how, like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna get punched to death. You have a Shang-Chi set? How similar is it to chess? Because I've heard it's more similar to chess than shogi is, and shogi is already pretty similar to chess.
Oh dear, I am going to have to just run and get a different pair of earbuds because these ones lost power.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll see you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Well, guys, I guess it's just you, me, and Spelunky. Which, as we all know, is the true mental sport of kings. But yeah, I don't know. I've actually thought about getting like a chess.com subscription, and maybe I could play it on stream sometime, either here or on my VTuber channel. I don't know. It's just something I've thought about. Definitely not committing to it yet. What are the differences? I would be interested to know. I guess I could just like look this up on Wikipedia, but like, you know. If somebody else is willing to tell me about it, I don't see why not. The river. Okay, there's like a bit in the middle of the board. Can you like not cross it or something, or only certain pieces can cross it or something like that? It's kind of how I would expect it to go, but is Shang-Chi the one that uses, like, animals for all the pieces? Like, they're, like, elephant, giraffe, you know, so on. I don't know if those are actual examples. I just picked some animals that I knew. Boing, boing. Oh, let me get a Kapala. It is that one, okay. See, I know things. But yeah, I've thought about getting a chess.com subscription. I don't really know if people would want to watch that, though. And, like, you can play chess.com for free, but you don't get the analysis stuff and the lessons. It's not that expensive, though. I think it's the same price as GeoGuessr, actually. And, you know. There's an elephant piece that is the equivalent to a bishop. Okay. Interesting. How interesting. But I don't... Yo, where is Montgomery? Oh, that is like a pretty substantial difference. I wonder if there's like... It would be very difficult to do a study on this that was not extremely biased. But I wonder if there's, like, ever been papers on which games in the chess family are, like, the most and least, like, mathematically balanced. Because I know there is, in chess, like, aside from the fact that there's a lot of draws, like, white has a slight advantage because it moves first. I'm sure people have very strong opinions on which one is the best game, certainly. Hello, Shredney.
Hello.
I'm learning about Shang-Chi. Because SF Sorrow has a Shang-Chi set.
Things that I know. One thing that I do know about Tamerlane chess that's interesting is there is this backspace that the king specifically is able to hide in, which is on either side, which is referred to as the citadel. Where there's like a square board, except there are two little squares which are at opposite sides of the board and not across from each other, but like literally, you know, diagonal to each other.
Mm.
Where it's essentially like the very early equivalent of castling. Is to like hide there and then have the rook or castle sort of sit in front of it.
Cool piece called a cannon. Looks like a rook, but captures like a knight. Interesting.
Huh.
Very interesting. Indeed. But yeah, I was saying after you left, I was like, I kind of have considered getting a chess.com subscription and like streaming games, but I don't know if people would be interested. But it's something to think about at least. Or if not that, like, I could start streaming TCGs again, because I've been getting into Shadowverse again lately, which is a Hearthstone-esque digital TCG that I enjoy a good deal. And I finally have a competitive deck after, like, years of not having one, because I didn't really know, what to look for. I'm gonna try something. Do you get the chicken leg if you freeze the turkey and then jump on it? You do not.
No.
Okay. Good to know.
You just make the turkey explode, apparently.
No,
That sucks.
No frozen chicken tenders in the world of Spelunky.
I mean, it is a turkey leg, not a chicken leg, so it's frozen turkey tenders.
Whatever. They're the same damn bird. Objectively speaking, they are not, but you know.
I was about to say, is like, ornithologist enters the chat.
How funny would that be? Like, you just somebody who's like an expert in some scientific field goes around on Twitch just like pedantically hyper-correcting people. It would definitely be a funny way to use your degree.
Yeah.
When I say ornith, you say ologist.
Ornithologist!
I don't... Is this a reference to something? Sounds like the chorus of a They Might Be Giants song.
It kinda does. Yeah.
You know what they say about They Might Be Giants?
They might be giants.
They might be giants. Tom Scott. Who's Tom Scott? Oh,
Tom
the
Scott
YouTuber?
is a YouTuber of whom I am rather fond, actually.
Is that the... Well, this, I'm thinking of
the-
Tom Ska. Never mind. I was gonna be
No,
like, is that the
that's-
Astif movie guy?
Yeah, Tom Scott is the Astif movie guy. Tom Scott is the Things You Might Not Know guy.
Okay. A series I have heard of, but am not familiar with.
Why did you kill hired help?
Why does a wolf hunt its prey?
No. A wolf hunts its prey to eat.
Citation needed. We have fun here. Ooh. The bear traps are probably my least favorite thing in this whole game. They're just they're hard to see, which I get is the point, but they also kill you instantly. It's a little bit much. I feel like one or the other is fine. Both, I'm not so sure. Yeah, let me get that cape. Can I get a cape? Oh hey, why? I don't have no idea why this is what popped into my mind. But we could also talk about like the actual video game that I played over this past week. Well, since we last convened here, that I really liked.
Okay.
It's Omori.
I've heard it's good. I don't know anything else about it, really.
It's very good. I like don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil it. But like, if you like weird indie RPGs, like
I do.
Yume Nikki is the big, which I guess Yume Nikki is not really an RPG, but that's a whole other conversation. It's the one that it really reminds me of, but also like Earthbound, which is kind of the grandfather of all of those, and then like there's a little bit of Undertale in it, although not as much as I think people will be inclined to assume there is. If you like any of those games, I would say give it a try.
Wait, wasn't the, actually, if I'm not mistaken, the, wait, isn't who's behind Omori?
The Omo Cat team.
Because,
The Fashion Collective. Which is, admittedly kind of a weird pivot now that I think about it.
But the person who is, like, the original Omo Cat person...
Yeah.
Actually designed one of the monsters in Undertale.
Did she?
Yeah, she
Which
did.
one?
I can't remember.
I didn't know that. Toby Fox also did a musical track for Omori.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's definitely some shared DNA there. I just don't think the games are super similar.
I mean, that's absolutely true. I mean, that's also true, if I'm not mistaken, of the thing that Temmie Chang did. Where it's like, yeah, they're not that similar, really. It's just that there are going to be comparisons drawn because, obviously.
You know, yeah. But, yeah, no, I think Omori is, like, really good. Probably my favorite game of 2020.
Neat.
You know, no disrespect to this game, but, like, they're not really trying to do the same kind of thing, also.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, like, really good. And if you are interested in the kind of thing that I've described, you should pick it up.
I would be interested. I have, like, I can't remember who was that mentioned that, like, if you're not into the kind of combat that certain kinds of JRPGs have, then that might be frustrating. And
that was me, I think, or at least
yeah,
that is something that I agree with.
Yeah.
Like, that is... So there's two things that'll be a roadblock for people, and probably mostly not the same kind of people, but like, one is that the game is very heavy, thematically, like very, very heavy thematically. So be aware of that. And the other is that it is, like, you know, an actual JRPG with, like, fights and items and that kind of thing. I don't think it's a particularly hard JRPG.
That's fair.
Because, like, a lot of JRPGs do this thing where there's, like, an element system, and, like, certain enemies are, like, weak to some and strong to others. And Omori does that, but there's only 3 of them. Which is not that many. And you get, like, a little chart that you can pull up at any point to tell you how they work. So, I feel like it's pretty accessible, but if you, like, really hate JRPG combat, that might be a thing to think about before you buy it, at least.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, well, like, in terms of my experience with JRPG combat, it's kind of limited.
I actually think that the combat in the game is pretty fun, which...
That's good.
I feel like it serves an important role in making the game not a drag.
Yeah.
Which, like, is a real thing to worry about when you're making something like that.
Absolutely.
But opinions, as with everything on Earth, will differ. I have spoken to some people who don't like how it handles some stuff thematically too, which I don't agree with, but, like, I at least understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good game. I would really recommend it. We could also talk about, like, on a totally different note, my anime write-up thing.
Yeah, like, again, I need to still need to finish it, but reading just the first section, it's like, it is, just so people are aware, Jane generally in her anime writing is not somebody who likes to go negative, but I think she did very well going negative with the first few in there.
Thanks. I think.
I mean, it was actually, that is a compliment. I enjoy good negative writing, frankly.
Yeah, you should read the rest. I'm prouder of the rest of the list, but I'm glad
That is fair.
I'm glad that the first part doesn't come across as obnoxious. If anybody's not
No, it
aware,
doesn't.
I have an anime blog at magicplanetandanime.com.
It is a good blog.
I like to think so.
But like what is there to say? I don't know. It was like, in particular, like, and I've already told you this, was, like, I rather liked how you handled describing your ambivalence about a very specific show.
Yeah, that show's just like, it's just not very much to it, which is never a
No, I
fun
mean,
thing.
I meant
say.
the one that was the best of the worst section. Okay, I guess mild spoiler, Gleipnir.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, like Gleipnir's a show. I
There
think
was another one that you said it was like this is a whole lot of nothing.
That was a different entry.
It's like, it's well made nothing.
Yeah, but like Gleipnir does a couple things really well and a couple things really badly, and many things neutrally. Like it's, I wish it was a bit better. It's kind of my main thing with Gleipnir. If they made a second season, I'd watch more of it.
Yeah.
Which is more than I can say about anything else on that part of the list.
Yeah. It's like,
I will be honest, and I'm not trying to put you on blast. I assumed that you had read the whole thing by now. I was gonna be like, what do you think
like,
of
I don't know.
of my pop pick? But
Under other circumstances, I think
That's
yesterday I would have
fair.
done that.
Yeah, you know. Oops. Sorry, Monty.
Oh, poor Monty.
Didn't mean to do that, but you know.
Survival of the fittest and all that.
Yeah, it's your fault for not being bulletproof.
It really is. Clearly. Only the strong survive and the weak are trampled under.
With a gun.
I mean, it is a bit like being trampled. There's not a whole lot left of you.
Shotgun into your face, I've got one. Thank you, that was the opening bar of Wake Up Call by Maroon 5, but
Oh no.
with different lyrics. I actually think that that's like one of their less bad post-selling out songs, which really says a lot about the rest of their... Hey, Derek? Mr. U, what am I supposed to do about this? I cannot hit his bulbs. I can't hit his bulbs, Derek!
That sounds so weird.
I mean, like, you can look at the design of the boss...
I know!
And where the bulbs are, and you can tell me if you think that that is not what they were going for. Like,
I can't hit his bulbs, Derek! Derek, what are you doing to me?
the bulbs, like... They're in a specific spot. You know. It is.
He's got
what it
his
is.
lumps.
How do we want to handle this?
Uh,
I would actually rather him come over here a little bit.
how do you get him to go all the way down?
Well, I gotta break the, like, I gotta break the stuff. Okay. He's waiting. I don't like that. Whoop. Olmec. Like, you're really making this difficult for me, you know that? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think if we just... No!
Oh! No!
Why did I take
Fuck!
damage from that fall?
Fuck!
Okay,
That
well,
was so good!
why did I take damage from that? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna use the restroom, and then I will switch to Isaac when I get back.
Okay. Okay. How's everybody doing tonight? Finger guns. Finger guns.
Ugh.
I don't really have anything to say. Just finger guns. Whoa. Yeah. Excuse me. Hmm. Huh.
Hello.
Hello.
Did you know that,
I'm back.
Hi, Win.
Hello.
Do you know that, 10 out of 10 doctors recommend that you get good?
Oof.
I don't know what that was. Look. Sometimes you start saying a joke before you actually have one ready, and you have to improvise. Also, hey, Repentance finally has a release date, March 31st. I can get that for my birthday, probably.
Will Isaac ever end?
This is apparently, like, actually the last expansion. I would like, you know, I really like this game, but it's starting to show its age. So I kind of hope it is. I don't know if we need another decade of The Binding of Isaac.
Oh dear.
Like, one of the most successful indie franchises of all time. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's hardly a bad
Isaac
note to go
and
out
his
on.
mother lived alone in a small
The
house on a
Unbinding
village.
of Isaac.
Isaac kept to himself,
Damn. Really
drawing
makes you think.
pictures and playing with his toys.
Where-
Makes you
Watched Christian
do a
broadcasts
rumination.
What's going on here?
Life was simple.
Like, it's capturing the game,
Happy.
but also,
That was until
um,
the
I don't know where the actual capture window is. Here it is, okay.
Hmm.
But yeah. Let's see if I can pull a win out of my hat. I don't think I've ever seen this particular hairstyle before.
I don't think I would fit into your hat, I'll be honest.
I get it. Yeah, the ball of tar. So,
Boletaria?
oh hey, I have the Void, which is like one of the best items in the game.
Hmm. Neat.
If I can survive long enough to use it, this is probably pretty much a guaranteed win. Which, now that I've said that, I will certainly die in some kind of absurd fashion. Goodness, my rate of fire is very slow.
Is that what the actress said to the bishop?
I would hope not. What would that even mean?
I don't know.
It's what the actress said to the bishop after revealing that she had a life-threatening medical condition.
My rate of fire is very slow.
It's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like some kind of euphemism for something terrible.
I was trying to make a really oblique and nonsensical sex joke, but you
Yeah,
were
I know
really
that's
dark.
what you were going for, but that's not how it sounded. At least not to me. I was like, this woman's having a serious problem.
Oh, that poor lady. The poor hypothetical lady.
Yeah. Hypothetical Lady would also be a good band name.
Possibly, yeah.
The dog food. I would rather just get a random stat bonus. Okay, there we go. That's our rate of fire problem solved. 9 out of 10 doctors agree that out of 10 doctors, I always disagree with the other 9. That's a labyrinth of a sentence. A Pan's Labyrinth of a sentence. I've never seen that movie. Apparently it's very good.
Yeah, oh, Pan's Labyrinth is quite good, actually.
It's a Guillermo del Toro film, right?
Indeed it is.
I don't know why this is what came to mind when I said that, but I remember reading... Oh, we can have some good times in here after I get another charge on this. I remember reading this really dumb chart somebody made once of, like, what to call movies based on how good they are. And it was like, the bottom of the list was, I think, Joint. And then it went up. It went up from that to Flick, Movie, Film, and Kino, I believe. which I remain convinced that nobody has ever unironically said Kino in their life, unless they actually are German.
God, I know somebody on Twitter who keeps saying things are Kino. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like...
So of course this led me to making a tweet that was Kino from Kino's Journey is pretty Kino.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know people who use
yes.
it... Actually, like Bunny does this. It's like, you know, kind of like how the word based has come to just mean, like, good, like, similar sort of thing. But I think that if you unironically were like, yeah, I don't watch films, I watch Kino, I think that even I, who am, like, you know, I consider myself a pretty, like, pacifistic person. I'm not very confrontational.
Wait,
even,
what
like,
about cinema? Okay, where is cinema on
I
this
think
rank?
cinema was above film, but below Kino.
Ah.
But, like, I think, like, again, I'm a pretty non-confrontational person. I think if somebody said to my face that they didn't watch movies, they watched Kino, and they were being serious, I would probably deck them. like, just not even willingly. It would be like a gut reaction.
Yeah, just like I
Anyway,
I
hey,
don't
watch
know,
this.
it's like ba-boom!
All the books are mine now. I
It's like a
believe
fucking library.
I believe I will get the effects of all of those books whenever I use this item now.
Neat.
Huh, that's not what that was
It's
supposed to do.
pretty Kino.
It's pretty Kino, yeah. It's famine.
So like sort of like when Kino pulls out the pepper box revolver in episode 3.
That does happen in episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of anime that I wanted to like more, the remake of Kino's Journey from a couple years ago.
Yeah, I've just decided I'm not going to bother with that one.
I think the episodes
Aside
that
from
are
the episodes.
not double, like that
Oh,
are
yeah.
not adaptations of the stories from the first anime are worth watching, but that's only like
Yeah.
a third of them.
Yeah,
Is-
I'm going to probably watch those eventually,
Yeah, like...
but I'm not going to like bother with the remakes
Yeah,
because
the
apparently
whole show
they're
is
rough.
not necessary. There's like a couple good episodes mixed in there, but the ones that are just redos of ones that the first show already did are basically, like, I don't like talking about art like this, but they're basically redundant.
Yeah,
I mean, I've
particularly...
never seen the original, so like,
Well, that's the weird thing, right? Because, like,
The original...
Obviously-
I wouldn't have known Kino was a thing without the remake.
yeah, no, like...
It's the thing.
Yeah,
I mean, that's fair
no.
enough.
Like what I was gonna say is like that's kind of a just sort of an inherent, unavoidable bias
Thing.
with stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Because like if you experience things in a certain order
Yeah.
and somebody else
Yeah.
didn't, you're inherently gonna have different like opinions.
But
on,
I do
on the thing.
highly recommend the original series if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, the original is like
It is so good.
amazing. Yeah.
Like especially honestly, the final episode is one of the most devastating things I've
Yeah,
ever
did you know? I did not know this. Do you know that
Gaming.
Aoi Yuki's first role was in the original Kino's Journey?
Yeah,
I
I do know
remember
that.
that. Yeah.
Because I remember that being mentioned.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's like one
Didn't
of those
she
facts
play
that I
the,
share all the time.
The girl in the last episode?
Yeah, she's Sakura in the last episode.
Yeah, that.
And then in the remake, she played Kino,
Yeah, I mean that's cool.
which is like
I mean-
it's a good performance.
Yeah, and it's like, actually, the thing is with the original Kino's Journey. Interestingly, the dub is actually really, really good.
Oh yeah, the dub of the original Kino's Journey is really great.
Yeah, it's like there are a couple of shows where I could say you can watch either, and it's still has excellent performances, and you'll still get the same effect. And it's like one is Kino's Journey, another is Technolines. which
I thought
also-
I thought Technolize was one of the ones where it's like the dub is actually better, or is that Darker Than Black?
I don't know. But Technolize, like, I mean, I guess it depends on your point of view, but functionally, like, the dub and the sub, like, the original Japanese voice cast and the English voice cast, like, I originally watched it in English, and then later, when with doing sort of an informal anime club thing, I wound up seeing it in Japanese, and it was like, holy shit, they're really close. Like, the casting was really close, and it was like, and they weren't necessarily like super well-known actors, but they all in the English, but all turned in really good performances. But they're not like flashy performances. They're just really solid and really do the characters justice. And it's just like, yeah, this is like, it's, you know, it is just a really solid dub.
I just
I like
remembered
Black
something.
Lagoon's dub.
Black Lagoon was a very good dub, yeah. I just remembered something kind of terrible that I did, or rather did not do, involving an anime dub somewhere recently. You guys remember, like last year, I did like an email Q&A with the cast of the Tower of God dub.
Oh.
I never actually watched that.
You never watched Tower of God?
I never watched the dub.
Oh, the dub. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I had already seen it twice at that point, so I was just like, you know,
True point.
it's a very good show, but like, I'm not really in a hurry to watch it a third time, like, right now.
I have not seen Tower of God yet.
It's extremely good, and I would highly recommend it.
I have heard it's really good. Like, I get even the impression from people who I know who weren't as big on it as some other people that it's still, like, they still thought it was very, very solid.
Yeah. I have definitely run into people who do not like it, and normally when people don't like a show that I like, I'm like, I can understand why you wouldn't like this. Yeah. Tower of God is the rare anime where I'm like, no, you, like, actually don't get it. Which, I'm not like that with things very often. But, like...
Yeah.
You know.
It's a mood. Yeah. Just the, like, but no, you don't get it.
Sometimes you just talk to people and I'm like, I don't think you were watching very closely.
Yeah, like...
Which is fine, like, you know, not everyone is obligated to give 110% of their attention to everything they watch.
Oh,
but
absolutely not.
Some of these people are other anime critics, and I'm like, you should know better.
Yeah, that is fair. It's like,
Range up.
That's how I felt about the one time I saw, like, an incredibly negative review of, incidentally, the original Kino's Journey. And I was like, what the fuck?
Just out of curiosity, was that review posted on Analyst.com?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I remember that. There was also the extremely negative review of Akira, where the guy spent half the time bitching about having to write more because of the character minimum. Like, I have...
Fuck you.
I have, like, pretty serious imposter syndrome with the anime critic thing, and then sometimes I will read an analyst review, and I'm like, actually, no, I am pretty good at this. Which is a very mean thing to say, but also it's true.
Yeah, like, sometimes, like, oh god, it was even worse when I was on Mal. Like, oh god, Mal was really bad. I mean, it's saying something when, like, as critical as I am of analysts, that Mal was an active step down.
Oh, Mal is so much worse. Like, I don't like. Analyst
Several.
has its problems.
Val means bad.
Yeah, it really makes you think. like Analyst has its problems, some of which are like pretty serious, but Mal is nothing but problems.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess their staff database is pretty good, but you don't need to actually interact with the community to use that. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna be back in a second.
okay.
Okay.
How you doing, Lynn? How you doing? Good point.
Yeah. It's been a week.
It has been. It has been. Whoa.
I bought some Star Wars games.
Oh yeah. How are
I
those?
tried out Squadrons.
How
I fly
was it?
around. You fly around and you pew pew.
That's
I guess
like,
it's pretty good.
that's pretty good. Yeah.
I haven't tried Fallen Order yet. Because of the fact it costed me less to buy the bundle with Battlefront 2, I got that a second time. And I tried the Steam version, but like for some reason doing the Steam version fucks up the controller support.
That's weird.
Which, like, the controller support for that game is really good. Like, but I don't know why for some reason.
I wonder.
Going through Steam and then the Origin launcher and then all
Yeah,
that
that's strange.
makes it not read the controller correctly. It's weird. But it works fine with. Oh yeah, the Steam version doesn't list controller support. Which
That's
is
really
weird.
weird. Actually, like, that's very strange.
But
I wonder
it
if
works
there's like.
fine on the Origin version. So
I wonder if there's like some weird story behind that.
Invested.
So I was just reminded of something.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello. How there's like a whole thing with how like there are. It's weird when you get like certain databases, or we'll have like in terms of anime staff, we'll have holes that other ones don't, and vice versa.
Yeah.
In very peculiar ways. Or that there are certain things that because they're not like, confirmed, that they're like a little, a bit like, that say, for example, ANN will not formally make the connection, but it will show up on, say, Mal or Analyst. Like, but then in other things, you'll get like people who are actively involved on ANN or AnyDB, who will like catalog really minute stuff for really obscure shows.
Well, like, actually, Analyst, I know for a fact, has the most thorough database of KyoAni personnel, like, on the internet, full stop, like, including Japanese sources.
Wow.
And I know that because Talun, who is one of the mods and also a friend of mine, is like kind of a KyoAni obsessive and like did all that himself.
Whoa. Yeah, like I was acquainted with the guy who was Skrulls, who was the editor for Pause and Select. Like mildly acquainted. And like he would, go through like translating, for example, specific key animators and cross-referencing them for ANN a lot. So like, and he had very kind of like quirky specific tastes, so he would like recognize really specific people, and was also like a serious Sakuga nerd. Still is. Like, I just haven't talked to him in a long time. So, like, you'll get, like, guys like him, for example, will, like, for productions by, like, studios that people don't necessarily follow really closely, but if they're people who are very interested in the animation side of that kind of thing, you'll see that show up in some of these sites.
Like,
where you'll have...
Like, what studios?
He was at one point following the show Grancrest Senki, and was like cross-referencing people who were involved in that who had also storyboarded like Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress and a few other things.
I don't remember what studio those shows are because I haven't.
Yeah, I
seen
can't. Grancrest Senki, I think, is like it was one of the last things that like certain personnel on A1 who later formed like the Cloverworks worked on.
Oh, okay. I wonder if there's any, because that's also true of what the fuck is the name of that show? I'm forgetting it now. Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah,
That's also true of that show.
Yeah, like Grancrest Senki, but like some of the key animators and things were folks who, as I said, had worked under Tetsuro Raki on a few of his like his like stuff like Kabaneri and I think like Kurozuka or something. Like just like they're like.
Hey, this is very tangential, but I just want to.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember when Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress was new and people called it Attack on Trainton? Or is that a memory?
Despite the fact that everything I know about it is like, I would vastly prefer this show to.
I know, but like people called it that because like they're
because they
broadly
have
similar.
originality. And also, it was the same director as the first season of Attack on Titan, and it was like kind of like ideas he probably had of where he would have taken the show if he had more creative control. And like, yeah, Tetsuro Raki is an interesting guy in that I respect him, but a lot of the stuff he works on is not for me.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's all good and fair. It's just like, for whatever reason, whenever people come up with a stupid nickname for a show, I feel like I remember it better than most people do.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Like, it's just one of those things that sticks in my mind for some reason. Like when Assault Lily Bouquet's first trailer came out and people were calling it Shaftagear because...
Shaftagear.
Because...
Oh, no.
No one has any creativity.
What doesn't even look that much like Super
They're like in the same genre, but not particularly similar. No. You know.
Feels like I'm walking on sunshine.
Thank you, Pill Announcer.
This is a little exasperating. I was trying to do something on my computer and my keyboard, like, my keyboard is really old, so some of the connections are kind of wonky.
Yeah.
And so I had to, like, jiggle the USB thing.
Like, that is the worst thing that a keyboard can be, short of just, like, actually broken.
Yeah.
Like, I hate...
Yeah.
I just like lose my mind when I'm playing anything with the key, like doing anything with a keyboard, and it, like, it's not busted, but sometimes it'll just not work quite right. It's the worst.
Yeah.
What else have I been up to lately? I've been watching. Getting back to Simone after having kind of taken a break from it, which that show
I like
is.
Simone.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
That show is. It's an original. I'll say that.
It is very original, and I like it.
I'm not very far, so no spoilers. But
no spoilers. But it's really fucking weird.
I like, generally when I review something, and this is a shortcut that I think a lot of critics are guilty of. I kind of try to like think of other things it reminds me of, and usually that's not too hard because like most things fall into some genre or another, or they have, you know, aesthetic similarities with other stuff. I really had to reach to try to find stuff that was even remotely similar to Simone.
All the good points of comparison with Simone are with like Western speculative fiction in like novel form or short story.
Like
form.
I'm not familiar with that stuff, so like
to me at least.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
I mean, I guess that
it's
makes
like
sense.
It's like, what if Ursula K. Le Guin but Yuri?
Sure. I don't really know much about her work,
Kinda.
to be honest.
I mean, I'm joking a little bit, but like the premise does have some similarities with Left Hand of Darkness.
It's a very unique show. Like some of the mechanical design kind of reminds me of the Panzer Dragoon series, which is you know, not an anime.
I know. Like it's just,
but like everything else, I'm just like, well, this is something.
Yeah. It's like, it is a very unique show.
Maybe the only anime I've ever seen where you could reasonably argue the entire cast is non-binary also.
Yeah, it's
What
something.
series? Huh?
Simone.
Simone.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like...
Goes with the place with Hiseki no Kuni.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like one of... It's like one of
It's
like that's it.
It's like, I have faith that it goes to a good place, because I don't think I would have been commissioned to watch it otherwise. But its gender politics are inscrutable would be the word I would use.
It's more... it is really interesting.
That's true. Definitely that one.
It is not it's like being... You're not going to be bored watching Simone.
No, although it's slow.
I was gonna say it's
first.
No, I will say it's slow. So I guess in that respect, you know, if you have very limited patience for that sort of thing, maybe you'll be bored by it. But it's the combination of the weirdness and the premise, and that this is not a spoiler, but you can imagine that it does get intense as it goes.
There's like the scene in episode 3 where the one pilot goes to the fountain and has the fountain pick her gender for her, and she doesn't seem particularly happy with the result. That was actually hard to watch.
That is hard. That scene is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's really awful because it's just it's like the thing is have you gotten to the point where the two dudes show up? Those two guys?
I don't think so.
They're
define dude.
Well, they are dudes. They're actually male.
Okay. No.
The two.
No, I have not.
Officials. They're good. I like them.
Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting show.
Surely it has better gender politics than Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah. It would have to get really bad for...
It's...
It does have the thing where the flying machines, which are not really mechs in any traditional sense, but they do have two pilots who have to make out to get them to fly. I don't...
Sorta.
Yeah,
It's... There's a lot of symbolism going on.
There's a lot of
Symbolism.
there's a lot of just words that end in ism in that show, or
Yeah.
just literary terms in that show. Also, I also like that the protagonist is just kind of a dick. I think that's very funny.
I mean, it really is more of an ensemble show to me.
But like there's a girl who is
the
again,
designated
girl is kind of
protagonist.
even not, but one of the pilots is sort of presented as the protagonist in the vein of like the plucky go-getter girl trope.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
It's
like
she spends most of an episode. This is technically a spoiler, but for something that happens like 2 episodes in, where the one girl's co-pilot dies, and then the protagonist pilot like spends most of one episode pounding on her door and being like, "Hey, pilot with me instead." Like, like, are you sure, honey?
Yeah.
Are you sure that's the best idea right now?
This. Yeah, like, wow, that's so. Yeah, she's really insensitive and obnoxious, and it's kind of great.
No, yeah, like Ayer is a good character.
Yeah.
They're just an odd character, which I think actually is kind of true of sort of the whole cast.
Yeah.
It's a very unique show. A fun writing challenge.
Indeed.
I suspect is what one of my takeaways will be from it by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Simone is.
How do you spell it?
Simon, but with a U after the O. I'm dead.
Yeah, Simoun.
Why are you dead?
Because I got shot too many times. There is also that, like, sort of a vaguely Gundam-ish, like, political war angle that's going on.
Oh, yeah, and that's...
So that's something, too.
Yeah, and there's, that... Oh, boy. Like...
Yeah, no, like,
oh,
I
no,
imagine...
It's that... I don't wanna... There's a thing where you see stuff from the perspective of someone on that side, and it's like, oof.
That's interesting, because so far that has not really happened, other than the, like, really briefly in that one episode where they run into, like, the soldier from the other country.
Oh,
Did
no.
you know that war is hell?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's even more. It's...
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go into it. It's
yeah,
like,
no, I can imagine, and I'll see how right I am when I get there, I guess. But,
So
what
has
else?
Char showed up yet?
Shut up.
No.
What else have I watched recently? Like, semi-recently, I guess, Big Order, but there's nothing worth talking about in that show.
No.
I mean, there is, but, like...
I prefer Small Chaos.
Yeah, I also am subscribed to Amelia's channel.
Lord.
But it's an anime. I think the worst thing about that show is that I really like the OP theme. And it's for a show that just sucks. Like, sucks and is bad and no one should watch it.
Just love the way you put it.
It, like, as you mentioned earlier, I usually try to find nice things to say about an anime. I really struggle with that one.
Yeah, there's not
Like,
much.
unless you are the
Yeah.
kind of person who likes watching train wrecks, which I do because I'm broken as a human being, there's no good reason to ever watch Big Order. The worst part is that I didn't just watch Big Order, I watched Big Order in a single day.
Oh boy.
It was like a serious, like, can't look away thing. Also, I was, quite heavily, like, my insomnia was really getting to me that day, so that probably helped, but, like, yeah. Don't watch that show, it's bad.
Don't watch it, it's bad. Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of worse anime I've seen, like, and there's a couple, but not that many. Most of the bad anime I watch, either, like, they try to do a thing where I think it's, like, a good idea, but they do it badly, or they're otherwise good shows that have terrible endings, which has happened a couple times. Big Order, like, there's just really not anything good to say about Big Order.
And it's like...
And I've tried it, like I get, like, maybe... Is Makin Key worse? This is the question of the century.
I mean, there are things that you've watched that I have discerned are worse.
Like what?
Magical Spec Ops Asuka.
Is that worse? Let me think about that.
That's a... Oh no, that's telling me something if it's like even Magical Spec Ops Asuka.
I think that there's much more stuff in Asuka that is, like, actively bad, and at points even, like, objectionable, like, morally. I think Big Order might have less good in it, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's that's a hard one.
We're going for Todd in the Shadows distinctions
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, actually, I think that distinction that he makes is actually quite an important one. But I don't know. I think Asuka is worse mostly because it's more, like, offensive to both, like, my moral sensibilities and also just artistically.
Yeah.
Whereas Big Order is mostly bad because the thing that it wants to be is not admirable, and it's not good at being that thing either.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
Big
Oof.
I'm
Big oof.
actually kind of glad we're getting near the end of the show, because I am getting hungry. Maybe I will watch more Simone after I eat dinner. Or maybe I will play Shadowverse. Or maybe I will do one, and then the other.
I need to play more Shadowverse.
It's a good game.
I've been reminded.
Huh. This is the best part of our show, where we just end up making sounds, because we've run out of things to talk about.
Sounds.
It's been a conversation-filled episode.
It's been one week since you looked at me.
Yeah, just from the way you said it's been, I knew that's where you were going. It's been...
Yeah.
I didn't know until, like, a few months ago that the Bare Naked Ladies had 2 vocalists.
Huh. I mean, Yeah, they do. Or did, rather.
Yeah, didn't the other guy leave or something?
Yeah. Like, yeah. I can't remember what the current band status in general is.
Have you seen that? I think it's a Billboard article of all things about minivan rock.
No.
Okay, I recommend the article. It is it's like the 10 best minivan rock songs, and they define the, it's tongue-in-cheek description. It's not really a genre, but they describe it as like things that are like influenced by alternative rock, but are still mainstream enough that they could be used in, say, minivan commercials or during, play on the radio during road trips and that kind of thing. And one of the songs on that was a Bare Naked Ladies song that I'm now forgetting the name of. It's the one about crushing Ennui.
God, what's the title? It is the one where the chorus has like two different vocal lines going on at the same time.
Maybe? I guess it kind of does. But it's like the one where he goes, I could hide out under there. That just made you say underwear. It's that one.
Yeah.
Because even their like more serious songs are still pretty jokey.
It's like, isn't that the one that it's like, I feel fine enough, I guess, considering everything's a mess.
Yeah, it's that one. It's about like...
I can't remember the title of that one.
Again, it's about like crushing suburban ennui.
Well, like even more than that, it's about like straight up clinical depression.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was made before,
clinical ennui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy, like, talks about the restaurant, how he's... Pinch Me! That's what it's called!
Yes, that one.
Well,
yes.
Yeah.
Pinch Me. Yeah, that's what it's called. Thank you. That was...
Pinch me.
It was, like, on the tip of my tongue, and I just couldn't remember what it was actually called.
Don't pinch the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, that would hurt.
That would hurt, yeah.
Probably. Yes. Down we go. Hold on, I've been pinged on Discord. What's this about? It was on the server. Hopefully not anything super important.
Yeah.
Can wait a few minutes probably. Or slightly longer if I like win this run. But...
It was a really stupid thing that Cammy tagged.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Asking if something was Nardwuar. I don't know what that means.
Nardwuar is a music interviewer.
I see.
Yeah.
Known for his interviews in which he asks the artists like odd questions.
He's very eccentric.
And he gives them like weird little gift bags with stuff in them.
Yeah, they're like very... He's a very peculiar man.
My hand's cramping up. That's not good. Yeah, he's an odd dude. He's Canadian. Which is one of those things that I just like to say about people when I know it's true.
Yeah. He is definitely Canadian. It's like... It's kind of... You ever, like, think about, like, when somebody, and, like, you hear, oh, they're, say, for example, Canadian, and it's like, I'm not surprised.
Oh, are they, A?
Canadian? Hello, Trey. Yes, I'm playing as Eden. It's true.
Eden's not a character in the Bible. Can't play as a garden?
Really makes
I mean, you
think.
can, but I don't know. Something.
Lil Gertie, a gird of your own.
Little Gertie with a hurdy-gurdy.
Hurdy-gurdy.
Oh yeah, that does remind me that in the time we've been away, Brian David Gilbert no longer works for Polygon.
Oh yeah. That's wild.
He made a silly video once that involved the hurdy-gurdy. That's the mental connection.
Fair enough.
Who?
Brian
Brian
David Gilbert,
David
the
Gilbert.
Unraveled guy.
Makes
I don't-
internet videos.
Okay.
Oh, you don't know about Unraveled.
I'm not cued into like the culture. When I don't
You've
know what
probably
the
seen,
youth enjoy.
like, images. Maybe, I don't know.
Hey guys, let's immerse ourselves in the Heart Sutra and shield ourselves from the stresses of modern society.
Let's sutra.
Thank you for those of you watching at home. That is a panel from Kaguya-sama Love is War that a friend posted out of
Let's
context.
sutra. Is this Nardwar? Oh my god.
Anyway, it's a couple minutes before when we traditionally end, but I'm gonna say we will call it here, because, like,
Oh, okay.
for one thing, there's not really anything I could do that would fill 6 minutes, and for another, I'm hungry. So,
Okay.
we will call it here for the evening, and I will see
Hey.
you all next week.
Hey, sometime we should bring back the MS Paint thing.
Oh, maybe. That would be
I would like that. That would be
Fun.
fun.
yeah. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night.